Good morning. This will be kind of a brief morning report. I felt a lot stronger when I woke up. I think the coffee's having some sedative effect. I was just kind of pondering the few words that the rabbi and I exchanged. And he's a Lubavitcher, and apparently he doesn't really get the difference between New Spain and Texas. I was trying to tell him that Texas was actually founded by stealth Jews, and he was saying something about Texas was founded by the Sephardim, the Sephardics, during the Inquisition. Actually, the Inquisition was technically over before we came here, and this was still España Nueva, España Nueva, España Nueva. El Departamento de los Brazos de Dios, España Nueva, New Spain. So actually the beginning of Texas, Tejas is a Caddo word meaning ally. And yes, it's 40 degrees, 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm comfortable. I'm just like I typically do. I kind of feel like after a cup or two of coffee, instead of really waking me up, I get warm. Well, I was warm. What the hell is? There was almost no wind last night. Even now, it's only at 4 or 5 miles an hour. But I'm in disagreement with the rabbi. This was not known as Texas before. It was known as the Department or State of the Arms of God, Brazos de Dios. At least some reference to the rivers. So, yeah, I'm not a Lubavitcher. Actually, to be a Lubavitcher, you have to live within the Lubavitcher community. One woman who was hanging around popped in and out of the gay bar. I really thought she actually, because that was the closest place for me to sit down and have a smoke, clear of the crowd, respect for the crowd. And there was a smoking chimney thing there to put your cigarettes in, which was, when I sat down, was on fire. It was emitting some really hideous. And she's wearing, I've seen stuff like that before, but it's a little classier. She was wearing what is technically a thin terry cloth bathrobe, very long, as her overcoat. That's a little bit much. And the gay bar did keep it down while we were having our ceremony. But as soon as they knew it was over, they started pumping up the volume. Shake your booty, shake your booty. They had an MC going on. I've already mentioned this before. There were probably, including the police, there were probably less than 100 people attended in a town that's full of Jews, biological Jews. But I would have to differ with the rabbi in regards to who founded Texas. Yes, we're primarily, I'm the only one that I know of for certain in there that's got one tiny little drop of, you see them stubborn brunette hairs. I'm about the only one that I'm sure of the of the original little 10 colony that's, and actually that only Let me check. Checking memory. No, she was in my family, but it was Benedita Fernandez. Uh, but I think the rabbi wasn't making a clear distinction between what was New Spain and then Texas. Uh, so, anyway, all the hobo lovers have been leaving me alone. At least during the, I think I checked this morning on analytics. There's no comments in hold, and so that there goes another. Anyway, it's first time it ever happened, and I get price gouged like a motherfucker. You know, my meal at Cheddar's wasn't that expensive compared to, for the going. I think it was only like $28 and change for a good steak cooked to perfection, rare, and some veggies and stuff. It's a cup of coffee, a couple cups of coffee. That's actually post-COVID or during. That's a very reasonable rate. But what they were charging for alcohol last night was through the roof, crazy out your fucking ass. I'm sorry, it's one of the reasons they may actually cut me off is maybe afraid I wasn't be able to pay the fucking tab. Excuse me, motherfucker. I'm really at the point where I don't care. It's pretty clear that the Christians are going to stop donating any cash money to me. They want to give me another sleeping bag. Well, I'm sorry, I really kind of loaded up on the sleeping bags and blankets. It's actually going to be nice weather it's going to be reasonable, tolerable weather. It's not going to get much colder than it is right now for about the next 10 or more, 12 days. There's a little chance of rain, but this is more going towards, they keep screaming global warming, but lately our Decembers, in the past, our Decembers were pretty hot. I already told you, I definitely remember one December where I was wearing a Hawaiian shirt and shorts, and it was sweaty weather. It was in the high 80s on Christmas Day. Yeah. Oh, well, it's got to get the climate, the global warming people. Well, it's got to get cold first before it gets hot. You see, that's how it works. You crazy fuckers. Anyway, let's go for 8:18 on this. I really ain't got much more to say other than I think the rabbi was full of shit as far as his knowledge of the Republic and state of Texas. And please, Rabbi, my cousin died at the Alamo, a Mr. Buchanan. I'm not going to let some out-of-state Lubavitza tell me about Texas fucking history, okay? It ain't fucking happening. Texas was not founded by Sephardics. Maybe España Nueva was, but not Texas. Texas was founded by a bunch of Virginians. That's why they have, a TV show like The Virginians, stuff like that. And only maybe a few of us had a little bit of Sephardic blood, just a drop here and there. But we were mostly Ashkenazi, So that's it. That's all I got for right now. I was more refreshed when I woke up. At least now I know I can drink scotch without getting the shits. Of course, I had taken some Imodium earlier in the day after that woman gave me the shits. Stressing me out, making me yell, getting my adrenaline up. Just, I just really wanted to thrash her. But I have a perfect record. I'm going to keep it perfect. I've never harmed anyone unless they threw the first punch. Uh, that's the way it goes. And Rabbi, whatever your name was, you're wrong. Was not Sephardim. We were primarily Ashkenazi that founded Texas. I'm doing that tongue-in-cheek thing. I'm actually playing with I have a broken tooth in the back. It tends to collect. I need to brush my stinking teeth. Yeah, see a little. That's my next chore. I really don't have much to do today. Really don't. Should be beautiful weather for a couple more, 3 more days, and then it's a slight chance of rain, and then big deal. If anything, today I need to try to see if I can find a surgeon for my arm. Although I'll tell you the truth, I don't know if I want to submit to the surgery. I may have a better chance of surviving with just a gimp arm than, because I don't know what the level of hatred is in the medical community for me right now. I know they're not particularly fond of me because I catch every fuck up they make. So we'll see. They've been in no hurry. They haven't been doing their due diligence. They should have, when the inflammation was down, it should have been repaired then. Instead, everybody was trying to turn their back on me. I'm not very fond of the medical profession. I'm not. For decades now, doctors know they should not be prescribing COX-1 and COX-2 inhibitors, and they have known for 45 years that they should at no time be prescribing any compound that contains Tylenol because it destroys the kidneys. So they're violating the first rule of their own oath, which is first, do no harm. I'll talk to y'all later.